I bought this pedestal drill about 20 years ago. It was on special at one of the auto shops and too good to pass up. It has had a fair bit of use over that time, and lately it had become unreliable. It had intermittent motor starting issues, and the table raising and lowering mechanism had become quite tight. I looked at some new bench and pedestal drills, but I thought mine could be made as good as the current affordable ones, if not better. I started by removing the head from the pedestal and replacing the motor start capacitor. I discovered the lower motor bearing had a rough spot, so a few dollars for a new one was money well spent. The spindle movement seemed okay, and this complex retaining nut arrangement dissuaded me from pulling that apart. On to the lifting rack and pinion. I discovered that there was nothing keeping the two parts in alignment, so I used my lathe to drill and tap the pinion spigot, added a retaining washer on the end to maintain the correct engagement, and placed a thrust bearing at its inner end to make it easier to rotate. Whilst there, I added an oiling point to allow me to keep the shaft and pinion lubricated. From new, I had always had trouble keeping the table trammed. My good friend Mo Carlins took a look and showed me how the table spigot had been turned too short by about 10 millimeters at the factory. So I 3D printed an extension for the table spigot, and that problem is gone. The tightening bolts for the table and centre column locking mechanisms got a nylon washer fitted too. They are much easier to use now. Finally, the pillar and table were cleaned and polished, and the base got a coat of black paint. I added some 3D printer mounts onto the pillar, and a LED light at the top uses one of these. I finished it all off with a mobile base, which allows the drill to be stored against the wall when not in use. Another 20 years of great service at least, spindle bearings permitting. Thanks for watching.